सो अब हम राजस्थान RS मेंस सोशोलॉजी के करंट अफेयर्स को करेंगे। तो ये करंट अफेयर्स से रिलेटेड है। सो द कास्ट एंड क्लास इन इंडियन सोसाइटी। द कास्ट स्ट्रक्चरल फंक्शनलिज्म। Caste as a system of social stratification, maintaining equilibrium through division of labor, jajmani system, and ritual purity and pollution. Then the complete theory of Marx. Caste as a tool of exploitation, perpetuating economic disparities like Dalit in manual scavenging. Then comes the M.N. Srinivas concept of dominant class, as many dominant class in Rajasthan, and the concept of Sanskritization, lower caste emulating upper class caste. Then come class, Weberian stratification, the class economic status, the prestige, and party, the political power, intersecting in Rajasthan agrarian economy. Then come the capital theory, unequal distribution of cultural capital, the some hegemony of a community in heritage tourism, and social capital, caste-based vote banks. Then after we have the caste dynamics in Rajasthan, the uh, uh, I can say vertical and horizontal mobilization. Vertical mobilization, the Gujar protest for ST status in 2023, reflecting caste-based identity politics, and horizontal Dalit administration via the rallies in Jaipur and Bharatpur and various parts of Rajasthan. Then come the intersectionality, Dalit women facing a tribal oppression, means caste, they are belong to different class, and a gender and the class because economic weaker in manufacturing equation in a Gwalior. Then now comes the honor killings, the structural violence in a region like Junjunu, where endogamy and growth exogamy norms are enforced through Khap panchayats. Then come the class struggle, the agrarian distress, farmer suicide in Kota and Bundi, linked to neoliberal agrarian policy, debt cycle, and MSCP failure. Then after comes the urban information informal sector, exploitation of migrant labor in Jaipur construction sector and the gig workers. And Rajasthan have the one of the first state in the first state who have the bill or the act regarding the gig economy or gig workers. Then comes the progress of change, as the mentioned in our syllabus, the theoretical frameworks, the Sanskritization by M.N. Srinivas, adoption of upper caste ritual by the lower strata of the caste. The Minas organizing yajna in various regions in Rajasthan. Then there comes Westernization, culture hybridization, the Padurai escape. Jaipur youth blending global fashion with traditional bandhani. Then comes the secularization, decline in religious authority in public institutions. Then come the private, the religious, we can say that secularization, decline of religious authorities in public institutions, yet persistence of private sphere, like politicization of temples and the ownership regarding the temples, various temples of Rajasthan. Then comes the globalization in handicraft, Blue Poetry of Jaipur, marketed globally via e-commerce. Then come current trends in Rajasthan, the Sanskritization, tribal festival like Baneshwar Fair, incorporating a specific ritual of specific religion. Then comes the Westernization, comes like thing, where the rise of individualism in urban center, weakening joint families, nuclear and extended family in quota because of the coaching industry, the extended family in quota. Digital divide, rural area lacks in internet access, tribal district of Banswara and Pratapgarh and Dugarpur. Globalization, the positive of globalization is increase the tourism revenue in Udaipur Heritage Hotel. And then it is wrong fact, then the negative, the commodification of culture. Yes, this is the main thing. The commodification of culture, folk dances reduce produce uh, folk dances in the hotel performance. The commodification of folk dances are there. Then, after the challenge before the Indian society, society concept, the dowry and child marriage, the practical and dowry a symbolic violence, reinforcing gender hierarchies, and the structure violence, child marriage, perpetuation, intergeneration poverty. Okay, then the NFSA National Family Health Survey report also emphasis on the child marriage in Rajasthan. Then comes the corruption, the enemy, the weak institution, norms, means unable mining mafia in the Rajasthan area. The weak institution norms in a mining mafia. And then come elite capture, the bureaucratic delay in Manrega wage distribution. Then come the communism, identity politics, the Hindu-Muslim tension in Mewat, and cow vigilantism. Then come the instrumentalism. This means the specific temple campaign in the election campaign. Then after comes the poverty and unemployment, social exclusion by Amar Sen, household excluded from the credit networks, informalization of the industries, the Rajasthan workforce in unorganized sector, and maximum the gig economy, gig workers bill is very good effort by Rajasthan government. Then comes the drug addiction, the social disorganization, the crisis of the drugs on the boundary district of Punjab, the Sri Ganganagar and Hanumangarh. Then comes the vulnerable section, the Dalit, the stigma, the manual excunging persists despite of Prohibition Act regarding the manual excunging. Then after come subliterary, means underrepresentation in the Panchayati Raj, result sheet often bypassed, and the term like Sarpanchpati are there, and the Panch Pratinidhi or Panchpati means are there. Then come the generational contract backward, means minimum amount of marriages. Elderly abundant in city like Jaipur, live alone. Disabled, medical and social model, medical versus social model, lack accessible infrastructure, very few infrastructure in Rajasthan for accessible for our disabled. Then come the tribal community of Rajasthan, the internal colonialism, exploitation of tribal resource, tribal land acquiring for projects, various projects in Rajasthan regarding the road projects or the any hydroelectric projects. Then come the subaltern studies, this tribal resistance against displacement, tribal protest against the project and the Bhil Pradesh, a kind of thinking of Bhil Pradesh struggle. Then cultural ecology. Garasia, symbiotic relationship with forest deserved by wildlife sanctuary. Their symbiotic relationship with forest and many more tribal area have the symbiotic relationship with forest. And because of the wildlife sanctuaries and national park, they are in danger. Then come the Shishu and welfare. The Bhil Pradesh, land annihilation, tribal land leads to mining cooperation in various parts of Rajasthan. Then come the health disparity and children malnutrition. Very large amount of children are malnourished and reliance on the Jola sharp doctors in Rajasthan. The problem is big. No organized doctors are there at the panchayat or the village level. Then comes the Meena tribe. Political empowerment versus gender inequality. The large number of Mina people, men are in service and at the secretary level of the India. But the general equality and literacy rate very large. Then comes the criminalization of tribe, over policing under Habitual Offender Act in 1952, over policing in tribal area. Then come the Garasia. The Forest Right Act, less than 20% came approved in Soil district. So you can check this fact. Then the cultural erosion, decline in the gear dance. Yes, decline in the gear dance due to youth migration. Due to migration, there we can say a decline in the gear dance in over there. Then comes the government scheme and the Eclavish school. Few tribal student enroll in the Eclavish school and high dropout rates on economical migration. Then come the PVTG development, exclude the Garasia not included in the PVTG development PVTG scheme. So they are backward, but not many tribes of Rajasthan are not included in PVTG category. Then comes the digital exclusion. The tribal school lack e-learning tool. Past COVID dropout rates are erosion. So then we have a conclusion. The structural and cultural paradoxes. The Rajasthan society community a dialectic between tradition and modernity. Caste and class nexus. There is a caste and caste nexus. Dominant caste leverage the cultural heritage and the cultural capital to maintain hegemony. The global dualism, the heritage tourism thrives, but artisan face proletarialization. Means heritage tourism is increasing, but the artisan are decreasing. Then after the tribal marginalization, development induced displacement. Yes, development induced displacement. The accumulation by dispossession. Then the key policy recommendation are the participatory governance in tribal area, an intersectional welfare in scheme like gender responsive Manarega. Then combat caste violence through Ambedkarite education reform. Thank you and Jai Hind.